In this video I'm going to show you how to fill up non-standard change request, and as a scenario we will take before install mail server upgrade to MS Exchange 2012. Now you look at the template of the non-standard change request, and I have to remind you that non-standard change request will have to be approved, and it's a bit more complex than a standard change request, as you can see. Now we start from the asset ID. So in configuration management database, which is now for before install, you can find asset ID and you enter it here. Unfortunately I don't know, so I'll use a random number. Client, the client would be before install in this case. Okay, we look at the request. For example, request, it could be anyone really in this case, but once again I will put Martin's name. Okay, and we enter Martin's email also here. Now we look at the as you can see, all these fields are mandatory and they have red stars in front of them, and you will have to take your time and fill them up. So we're looking at the type. Type would be a non-standard software change, as it is a software upgrade. We'll look at the priority now. Priority is routine, urgent, and emergency. Now, because in our scenario the mail server performance has deteriorated, we will have to upgrade it, and that's why we use an urgent priority. Today's date is already filled up. We are looking at the request number. Once again, the request number will have to be filled up by you, so that you can then search by request number in the vast amount of filled up change requests. I'll put a random number here. You enter the phone number of Martin, which is something like that, I guess. And then we'll look at the reason for this non-standard change, and through all the options available for us, we are probably looking for upgrade, as it is upgrade to a newer version of software. Now required date, because again through this scenario, according to the scenario, mail performance is very low. We have to make sure that it is on the normal level. We're gonna have to do it pretty much ASAP, so I put tomorrow's date. Now we enter the description for a change. It would be this one: before install mail server upgrade to Microsoft Exchange 2012. Now if you look at the risk would be probably in this case average, as if you look at down on the change request, you have an explanation on what is low, what is average, what is high. So average is a moderate or partial effect on environmental system. as per our scenario, the mail system still works, but it's still and it does have an effect on our system, so it's a very slow system. So that's why we cannot say that it's absolutely not operational, or it is operational, has no effect on the environment. So it's something in the middle, and I guess in this time, in this case, we'll put average. The reason would be upgrade to improve email system performance, and impact in our case would be high, because really without if something goes wrong in this case, well, we cannot be without mail system, so that's why we put impact as high. Alternatives. For the alternatives, we can also fill up this. We can carry on with the old Exchange 2007 performance, which is quickly deteriorating, and it's really not a good it's not a really good case for us, but still, this is an alternative. Now we go through the change requests field, and we look at the change analysis. Now if you look at the first field, it says scope, and I will put a little explanation here. And the scope is a range of actions or area covered by your activity. And in our case, this would be a backup of existing system, removal of expired user accounts, upgrade to Exchange 2012, and testing. and we look in the next field, and it's a risk description. So we're basically describing what could be the risk to us, for our system. It's a no email system for a period of time, because if we upgrade, we're going to have to put the system down for a little period of time. Now we're looking at the next field, which will be schedule. Here we have to explain how do we schedule our work, and in our scenario it would be like that. So on the first day we do a full backup. On the second day we remove all unused accounts, and on the third day we upgrade to Exchange 2012, and then we do testing, make sure that everything works fine. Now we move on to a fullback plan. Fullback plan, would be the most recent full Exchange backup. Now, as I mentioned before, these type of changes will have to be approved by management, and here we basically have to fill up. We say we basically this is it. We pass this change request to a management, who will then either approve it or not approve it. So for this management, they either choose not approved and or put it on hold, or improved. Well, we approved in our scenario, and we put a signature, basically not a signature or even just the name of the person who is improving. It could be, for example, Jimmy, and we put the date for approval, which is probably today. There you go, it's a filled up non-standard change. Thank you for watching.